Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect. How are you in this Thursday evening? Hope you're having a great time. Hope you're being safe and warm with the people you love and all that good stuff. But anyway, let's get on with the show. Oh, yes, Wrong Killings, aka R Truth, aka, I think what? Delicious? I think that was one segment in WE. He's back! And he cut his hair. And now the truth looks like he is you know, he's rocking new. He's going by his name, Ron Killings, after he's released, and he says he's going now. Looks like he's going to be. You know what? I would not. I look at this is a good. I think at the end of the day, this could be a good, maybe a decent run. Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, let's see. Um, He said you wanted it. Oh yeah. By the way, you can look at him. He did not want this. Oh yes, he did not want that. Hunter did not want that. I think he was one of the people who wanted to get rid of him. And by the way, people say, "Oh, that was a story." I think let's be honest here. It wasn't part of a story. His last match or whatever was against the Timu bloodline of Jason Matado and losing to a squash and such. So yeah, it didn't have any connection with Cena whatsoever. So this was again, they actually just because again, Nick Khan called him. He was going to move on and do some other stuff, or he probably retire. And then he got, I think, this was right here when he had this huge thing saying he was released, yada yada yada, and then boom was right there. A lot of people were like, "Oh, this is a storyline." No, this was not a storyline. This was not really a storyline. This was like him getting released by WE and all that type of stuff, and he came back as I think Nick Khan was the reason that brought him back to a new deal. And the more I see it, I think Nick Khan's probably the one really holding TKO together. A lot of people, some would say, I think, in my opinion, I think that's what it is. I think that you know, um, a lot of people, see that Nick Khan is that type of, um, could be that type of main person for, for TKO. I think, you know, I think, let's see, black, yeah, looking at this stuff here. Um, I think, supposedly MMA draw. I think I followed the guy. I think Kit Nate, who's shout out to him. I think this stuff here. He talks about this stuff here. Let me see if I can get the Nick Khan being the real person behind the scenes. So I have to pay for Substack. I ain't got that money, but yeah, it looks like he's one of the most important people around it. There's a clip going around with Errol Hawani saying that is pretty much that he is saying Nick Khan is the most important person in TKO. He says, and people say in the MMA Draw, this nice little Substack article saying that he is the guy who does it. He's the guy who comes in. He's the fixer, the closer. He's Ari's blind spot is not realizing supposedly conscious watch Rachel Shapiro because he's just pure I wouldn't be surprised that some people think that way. Some people think that this prize right here is the that sort of thing. But you know what? I think that. But I think at the end of the day, if you know who is the person who is doing the stuff for you and such, you put them in best positions, and a lot of this was the issues of bad, management, TKO, all this other stuff. This is again the issues of like management of TKO because right now I worry because TKO is, Let's see. Oh yes, let's see. I think this is from this post here. Media Insider saying that Nick Khan. It was Nick. It was not Dana White or Turkey Allah Sheikh saved an extra for Colonel Crawford. It was Nick Khan who set this up. It was a press release. Here it is from MMA Draw. In the press release, according to multiple sources close to the situation, Nick Khan is the reason why this super fight did not fall apart. At one point, the entire deal was on the verge of imploding. TKO had been quietly pushed out. Dana White was still publicly in line, but no longer in control. Saudi officials gave promotional authority to Sheila. The fight was moving forward, but the hierarchy has changed. That's when Nick Khan stepped in. This, the story, because again, this person knows Nick Khan seems to be a person who just knows how to get things done. And, they really wanted to get this fight going. And here he is Nick Khan. It really is, that's toward the stuff, this man, the person who knows how to get stuff done. And I think when it comes back to here, this is the reason why. You need to have guys like, you need to have guys like, hey, what's up, Racer right there. Shout out to him. But yeah, but yeah, that's what you need. You need people who get the stuff done, and Nick Khan is that type of dude. And I think when you look at what Hunter, I think Hunter is probably going to be leaving. I think he will probably be leaving because of this. Because I don't think he gets stuff done. I think they're gonna look at him and look at the stuff here. It's just like I think it's gonna be like because he's not even on the board anymore. I mean, Dana White's on the board, so he's safe for now. Old Paul Levesque, I think he's probably gonna retire. And honestly, probably by the end of next year, I think he'll be gone. I don't think it's gonna be personally, in my personal opinion. I think Vince is going to probably somehow come back, and we'll probably be in the same mess that we were in 2022. And like I said, it will be the Dallas Cowboys effect of like a team that has so much talent and winning championship. But yeah, that's what it is. And what's this question here? Why do you believe that people do not talk about Nick Khan in the same capacity of Vince McMahon or Triple H despite his level of power? I think the reason why that is because he's low key. He's behind the cut. He doesn't do much interviews. He's not as a bolstering personality. He's not part of the show. He is a person who he does his thing behind the scenes, and you need more of that. I think that's what we need more of. The people who just like, he doesn't do all this bloviated, all this other stuff. He sits there and says, okay, what do we got to do to fix this? What do I need to do to make sure this deal gets done? What do I need to do this? And he's the person that somehow makes people, that's it. I doubt that. I don't think so. It's too late for that. He put himself in the show, and that's something, hopefully he's learned that as well. I hope that Tony Khan. By the way, those those super shows. I love them. I think they're great, but man, they are a little bit. Unless you are there, it could be exhausting. Because I've been to Grand Slams. I've been to long shows, and it's great there. But if you're at the event, if you're at that show, it's great. But when you're watching on television, it can be a bit draining, especially you got like work in the morning. So yeah. But yeah, back to the point. I think that this R-Truth and everything else here. But yeah, I think this is going to be I wouldn't be surprised that the R killings and everything else will probably be the one to defeat Cena. They build it up right. I think he should be the one to take down John Cena, hold the title for at least a couple weeks, and drop it to somebody else. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. And please, I don't want Seth to be involved. I don't want Seth and his old ass knees involved, but that's what's going to happen. But that's just my personal opinion. And speaking of some Seth, and what about his arrival? Let's see. Remember this. Speaking of, we can keep it back in WWE. Remember this stuff? Remember? Do you remember? Exactly. Mike the Miz, he tweets, I'm sorry, I didn't change the culture. And then this old tweet. It says, "Go suck out a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, you effing dork." And now, years later, many years later, guess who's gonna be in Saudi? Guess who's gonna go down to the night of champions? Guess what's going down to town? Who's gonna be down? Oh, yes, who is gonna be there? Who's gonna be the night? Who's gonna be a champion? Oh, the old song right there is like, let me see if it is. Here you are. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Well, a couple years later, boom! Night of Champions, Riyadh, John Cena, CM Punk. Woo! Yes, this month. Oh, yes, June 28th for the WWE Championship. The nostalgia run continues because who needs new stars? Who needs to build them up? Who needs to build up young talent? We got to get that nostalgia tour. Nostalgia wins, man. And now, Punk going up there. It's hilarious. And honestly, it's not surprising. I just like that. The one thing I really like, what's that mean for Truth? Like I said, Truth is going to be in. I wouldn't be surprised if Truth actually was the one there. I think Truth is going to probably win the WWE Championship. Like I said, if they're smart, if they are smart, they should do that because the story is that. That's where the story should end. That Cena, he beats him 1, 2, 3, wins, and holds the title for at least a week and a half or something, and drop it to somebody else, and we can keep the story moving. That's what the smart thing to do. But meanwhile, Punk here, going facing, because again, there's no real big new stars. WWE should have right now, if they were really, the young star. I mean, like I said, Heyman Adam Page is 33 years old, and he has basically been a world champion, and he is positioned to be in a higher up card of the main event. I ask you right now, every fan and everyone else here, is there anyone in the WWE young enough in that main roster, anyone in that main roster who is young enough, like around the early 30s or late 20s, who is young enough to actually be convincingly in the main event? And if you say Solo Sikoa, you are automatically wrong. There is absolutely no one. And No Rock means no one. No one except for the old nostalgia people. We got nostalgia here. Nostalgia. And this is what's going to be. Punk, I'm sorry, it's not going to have the same energy for this. And the hypocrite Punk going all the way out to Saudi after everything else there. Doing this, for all this other stuff, saying the blood money. It's hilarious and sad at the same time. It's not really surprising because, this was going to happen anyway. Punk was going to go there. I knew when he first stepped foot in WWE, he was like, oh, yeah, Nick Khan and a whole Paul Levesque sat his ass down. Oh, we're going to sign this contract. Okay. After a couple of days later, you're going to be doing a Saudi show. No, you're going to do a Saudi show eventually. We're going to do like a couple of them. Probably around 1 or 2 years, we're gonna do a Saudi show, and you're gonna be we'll be a main event W champ, but you're gonna be down there. You're gonna shake that the top guy's hand and all that type of stuff. The prince's hand, you gotta shake his hand. You gotta give him a big old smile. You gotta smile and do all that type of stuff because at the end of the day, we own your ass now. This is your last goddamn chance. You better be right there, and you're gonna be doing a lot more singing and dancing, Punk, because at the end of the day, you don't have any power. They do. And that's what he's going to be. And don't think this is not just going to be a one-off. Oh, no. He's going to be there every chance they get. He's going to be there for every chance to start. He's going to be on the tip of the spear. Even when he's hurt, he's going to be up there. That's what's going to happen. Because at the end of the day, he is going to be in that position. Because they put that stuff, because CM Punk He said all this stuff. He talked all this stuff about everything else. Now they're like, oh man, it's time to come back and pay the piper. Time to pay the piper. Right? He has to come and pay it. And he's going to be doing that Saudi show from not just in 2025, 2026, 2027. Hell, he'll be an ambassador. He'll be doing it till the wheels fall off, baby. He's going to be there every day. And he's going to be up there, the first person on the flight there and the last person to leave. That is what's going to happen. And it is. But hey, if you're going to be mad at that, well, at the end of the day, you're not going to be, it's not going to be a pretty thing, man. It's going to be, if you have all that stuff. That's what is the truth is. It is going to be the truth. Thank you for the likes. Thank you very much. Remember, by the way, comment, like, subscribe, all this stuff. Because remember, those show notes and everything else, Dukect Lounge will all be here every Thursday night. Also, video game stream this Saturday. We're going to do 3 chapters of, Doom, the Dark Age. After that, we're going to do that maybe, and then 3 to 4 chapters there. Sunday, the same thing. And Monday, we're going to finish it off. Then we're going to do some more streaming. I don't know what game it's going to be, but I think it's going to be a lot more fun. We're going to try to find a game that is actually good and actually something that is, that sort of thing. We might be doing something really fun, maybe a wrestling game. If I can find a way to do it, maybe I could do, if I get my PS2 fixed, if I can finally fix my PS2 and to make sure it works and everything, I will do a GTA. Vice City playthrough. That's what I would do. A Vice City playthrough live. The old one. Gosh. I have the Xbox ones, but my Xbox is DOA, which sucks. But hopefully, maybe if I can get a new one, I will probably do that. But anyway, that's my thoughts are, because CM Punk being a complete hypocrite is not surprising. But hey, we all know this was going to happen eventually. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to be taking a small little break. And when we return, we got some news, the DCU news. We got some news on the DCU. Yes, we do. We got some news on the DCU. The new Superman's about to come out. We got a new trailer. The tickets are selling out. People are going all crazy for it. But I got some big stuff here. Big things popping for the stuff like this. So it's going to be a very interesting next segment, because there is a lot of big things, a lot of stuff, including Wonder Woman, all the other things here that is going to be about the new direction of DC movies and the TV shows and everything else. Anyway, we'll be right back right after this here live on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back. Again, thank you so much for listening to me, Dukect. We'll be right back right after this.
A couple of grinders trying to find our way out and put this darkness behind us. And underground is my oration, sound integration. But situation is we're surrounded by light negation. It's black as pitch cause we're trapped by our violent souls. In a deep mind with deep rhymes won't keep my self-control. Too many foes, we feel snake bit and we won't take it. Enemies need their face hit, we going ape shit.
Hell is my confinement within this mind. Now trapped and enshrined by my own mind.
Shoot through these tunnels and keep it moving. No knuckle jungle, etc. Keep zigging and zagging. These lizards ready to fire. In military attire, heaters, cannons, entire arsenals, bangers for hire. We only got double barrels, but we don't monkey with them. Just throw shots and we hit them to this industrial rhythm. Still searching for the light, still more to fight. Still at war with our plight, but still we're sure of our own collective might.
Hell is my confinement within this mind. Now trapped in a shrine by my own mind. Hell is my confinement within this mind. No way out for running out of time.
Time to get fractious, we practice guerrilla tactics. Regular G's can't match this, so I ain't trying to attack us. I'm a bad boy like Diddy, but I ain't talking Sean John, cause it's on like Son of Kong. Gots to get our chimp on. That means we simply simulate simians simultaneously. And all y'all snakes beastin' to kill us is living dangerously. Straight bananas is the conflict these opponents hand us. So battle status in these catacombs, we got no manners.
All I know is pain to give the same. All I have ingrained is hate. Misery of shame forever will remain. So I must regain my faith.
This all seems endless. Threats come relentless in this zoo. No one defends us, and they won't commend us when we're through. It don't matter, cause I'm after something resembling peace. I get madder every other day that this shit don't cease. Since our conception, downward has been my life's direction. Had no protection from evil factions and predilections. Heart of a killer, gorilla, pillar of coffin fillers. Nothing vanilla about us, true thriller, minute gorillas. Our main position, this mission, is to improve conditions. And it's our own volition. We ain't looking for permission. Vanish from our position like we're magicians. In addition, our plan to see freedom's light comes to fruition.
Hell is my confinement within this mind. Now trapped in a shrine by my own mind. Hell is my confinement within this mind. No way out for running out of time.
We ain't taking it. We going ape shit. We ain't taking it. Yeah, we going ape shit. We going ape shit. We going ape shit. We going ape shit.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, boys. Thank you so much for watching. Click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. As I look at the sports stuff here, hockey, Stanley Cup, and Edmonton is just scored. They got a 1-goal lead, and it's a power play, and they just lost the puck, and they're chasing it, and whoop, there it is. Let's see if they can do something, but probably not. Anyway, someone who's not doing something, who's going to be something really good and interesting. Superman, that's right. Look at the bird. Faster as a locomotive. More powerful than, let's see, faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. The man from Hails from Krypton. The man of steel. Superman. That's the old school Fleischer cartoons. I don't think they're on Max. I think they're somewhere on YouTube. I need to see if I did that right. But yeah. Anyway. Well, it looks like he is more powerful right now because right now it has been going well. People are worried about Superman. Oh, the stuff is there. No one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna do this. But yeah, here we are. James Gunn's Superman has already outperformed every other film ticket sales in 2025. Let's look at this. Let's see. It's going to be the first day events ticket seller of 2005. It has outperformed Fantastic Four. It has outperformed all the Marvel stuff. Everything. That's right, kids. This has moved. It beat the MCU. Holy crap! If this actually keeps going, this might actually be not only a huge success, but a validation for this huge type of landmark thing for the DCU. And I can't wait to see this. I mean, you're gonna have, this. I wouldn't be surprised this gets around. If the early tickets and everything else sells, this is going to be probably the biggest thing, probably around 200. I mean, 200. I think probably 150 and such. And the trailer came out. You had Mr. Terrific looked pretty good in that. You got Green Lantern. There's some good stuff here. I think it's going to be a very fun movie, and I can't wait to see David Corns actually hopefully the role because it looks really good. I can't wait to see it. It looks like it'll be fun, exciting, and hopefully there's going to be some good stuff in this movie. I want this to be something good. I want this to be a good film, something that actually is Superman, because we know there's been a lack of good Superman films, lack of them, just a pure lack of them. Anyway, but also there's not just Superman. Exactly. Looks like it's going to be a new Wonder Woman. It's being written right now, James Gunn. Exactly. Deanna Prince is coming back in the movie. Exactly. It's been written now. And it's going to be, they're putting it down the track. It looks like good. And I like the fact that they're doing this. They're doing okay, when the script is done, we'll start doing everything else. And I think that's a good thing. Because I think what Marvel does is we just rush it and everything and do principal targeting and write the stuff take your time, learn how to do it, and I think people will be more receptive. And when Superman, this movie look like it's going to be a very big movie compared to everything else. Looks like right now, right here, it looks like it'll be something like this. It looks like it's going to be rewarded. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be good. But my hope is the Wonder Woman home, Paradise Lost. Because I truly think this could be that Game of Thrones if they really play it right. It's slow moving, but it's moving good. I want it to be really good later on. Something like, wow, this is going to be great. I mean, because I think doing that, because with the same parts of it, I'm really, because I think if they do it right, you have a good way to expand a mythos of so many people for Wonder Woman, because she's the Trinity, but they haven't really done much with her. So they could do something really good with her. I can't wait to see that. Looks like it'll be fun. I think this could be something good if they really do it right. And if they do it right, they can make people be more accessible to the Wonder Woman characters, mythos, and everything else. And Supergirl looks like that's going to be a huge hit as well if they do this right. And yeah, I think this could be something really interesting. And speaking of that, we have another thing here. Another part of the trilogy, the Batman. Batman 2, the Matt Reeves Batman is after that great the Penguin show miniseries, which really felt like I wanted to, after that show, really wanted me to just take the Penguin and toss him to the source wall. But yeah, it's still they're near to completion of a draft that was for 2022's the Batman. And he's doing all this other stuff. They're building this stuff up. And they're saying, like I said, the Wonder Woman, all this other stuff, and saying that they're doing this to make sure by the end of the year, saying that he's going to But yeah, exactly. Although Pat exactly said by the end of the year, so he started out as a young Batman. Now he's gonna be effing old one. By the sequel, I'm 38. He's old. Nah, you're fine. Get a little bit of makeup on it and say he's 20 or whatever. He's still fine. And I think you could do this gritty Batman story, which hopefully there's because I think what the story is being told in that universe, I think could be really good as well. I don't know what they're gonna do with the new Batman in that the Batman in the DCU because this is still going to be in this Elseworld thing. But I want that Batman to be finished and done and complete. Then we could get to the Batman and DCU to be more maybe different, more of adventurous Batman with and all the crazy stuff that's around instead of this grim, gritty stuff. But actually be like Batman, like, hey, we're gonna do some adventures. Sure, he has a traumatic path, but it doesn't define him. He is more free to be stuff like that, like to be more expressive and such. Something like something like Batman Brave and the Bold, but maybe as not as a deep voice. But hopefully they can do something good. And I want to see these though. I want to see the Trinity on film. I heard rumors that James Gunn might want to do a World's Finest movie, which would be great. But if they need to, I hopefully when they do this stuff, I want to make sure the scripts are done. I want to make sure everything is on point. I want to make sure the stories are there that actually are good. And they are still trying to do like that GI Sergeant Rock movie, which I heard that they couldn't get it done, but they do love the script, and I hope they can do it. I hope they can do this type of those weird type of stories that don't get like much love because that's what the best Marvel stuff. I think people, the best thing to Marvel was they couldn't get all the toys all the way. They had to, the Iron Man, they had to do Captain America, Thor, all this type of stuff. They were heavy hitters, but not. And the Avengers weren't really popular. They were like behind the Fantastic Four, X-Men, all that type of stuff. But when they finally got that chance to show how important they are, people loved them, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that, funny enough, James Gunn's the criminal work is where you find these characters that are just like, are not the A-listers. You could do interesting more stories with them. And I hope they can't get everybody from the Gods and Monsters, but hopefully they can build up to more weird, stuff that is like off the beaten path. And I think that will be their strength. I think that would be really nice to see people doing things that are not in their wheelhouse. That's one thing I think these things should be. But that's just my personal opinion. I want to hear what you and everybody else thinks. By the way, I do one thing I did. I did love the trailer of just having them just take out everybody and the laser stuff. It looks really good. I love it. I want to show you the trailer and just have the video out there, but I don't want this thing taken down. I don't want this to take this down in video and everything else. It just sucks. But anyway, that's what the show is. That's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I want to hear your comments on about the DCU. What do you think it's going to be about? And do you agree that they should be doing more? And maybe Marvel should do that too, is just say, maybe we got these other big stuff here, but maybe we should start doing it. I mean, Ironheart's nice, but you want to be like, okay, let's do more of the weird. Let's do more of the you're going to get the big stuff, fine, but let's give the weird stuff more love. Let's give like people who are like semi-connected so they don't have to be worried about the big mega threat. Let's have more personal stuff. And that's what I think the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, really is missing in the Marvel stuff. And hopefully James Gunn and everyone else there does have that stuff here. That little head, like, you know what I mean? Just like, okay, keep it personal. Don't do anything else that. But that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Duke CT here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.